30+ hours total in 3 interviews. But I know they came out with a statement this week saying that they had interviewed hundreds of people. But I wonder if they've interviewed hundreds of people that many hours and that many times. There's a lot. His first statement, Barry Morphew's statement, I'm going to read this. I want to quote it because it got me to thinking a long time ago, wow, what does he know that we don't? What's really going on? Because his statement was that was about law enforcement. Okay, the sheriff's office screwed this whole thing up from the beginning, and now they're trying to cover it up and blame it on me. Blame it on you? Now, where in the world would he get that assumption from? Unless they are blaming it on him, which might stand to reason, looking at all these things, not necessarily blaming it on him, but seriously investigating him for it, considering he does look the worst in all of this. Story's not adding up, and it also takes me back to in the beginning when law enforcement said that there was, no fear to be had in the community, that there wasn't some crazed person on the loose kidnapping bikers or anything like that. And they seemed awful confident of that in the beginning. So it made you wonder, how close to home was it? Now, their search warrants with law enforcement, they did not 1, not 2, but 3 that surround Barry Morphew. One of the house, which seems pretty normal to get in there and get information to see if they find anything that might show where Suzanne could have gone. But the second one definitely raised an eyebrow with me because it made me question, what did they find in the first search that they wanted to go back again and either clarify, get more of? A lot of questions. All right, now, search warrant number 3. Search warrant number 3 was at his job site where they had cut up a piece of concrete. Now that, I would think, takes a lot to be able to get a search warrant to cut up freshly poured concrete that someone had paid to have them pour. That tends to circle back around Barry Morphew. Like I said, we've got her brother, Andy Mormon, discussing how he thinks that Barry Morphew is interfering with the investigation, and that is, truck data doesn't match, and there's just a whole big bunch. And her family also said that they had not had much contact with Suzanne since she moved to Colorado. Now, let's put that into play. The fact that her friend said that she felt isolated there. Suzanne was also recuperating from and getting over cancer for a second time. So there was a lot going on there. They had just moved in within 2 years. So you've got a big move, a severe illness, and, things keep piling on top. She felt isolated there. They weren't hearing much from her. There could have been strife in the home because I know firsthand illness alone can cause a lot of problems in a family because everyone is stressed to the max. Now you go and add a move many miles and hours away from your family and what you know and love. That's difficult as well. And you've got 2 older teenage daughters that are also dealing with it. So it wouldn't be out of question for there to have been a little bit of trouble in the marriage during this time. Gosh, I hope that's not true, and I hope that Suzanne is brought home. Her father is very ill. Her brother and her daughters are desperate to get her home. I think we all need to keep talking about this, keep the dialogue going. Let me just make sure that I didn't leave anything out. I want to do a live soon, and if you guys would be interested in that, please let me know. I would like to get a conversation going and keep her alive and out there. Keep talking about her. I don't want it to get as quiet as it was. That scares me, and that is so bad for her to be able to get her home. We've got to keep her fresh in everybody's mind. Now, there was one other thing I wanted to mention about polygraph tests. Her brother, Andy Mormon, said that Barry Morphew had refused 2 polygraph tests and a voice stress analysis. Now, Barry Morphew denies that. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. But he denies it, but he never did say, I would be more than glad to take one. So that makes you wonder. I think I've covered just about everything. If I forgot anything, also leave that in the comments, because I would like to talk about everything with this, get it all out there, because I don't want to point a finger at anybody. And Barry Morphew is innocent until he is proven guilty of anything. But it just sure is looking bad for the man. And if this is his natural demeanor, then I feel even more sorry for the man, because he is taking a lot of heat right now. But looking at all of it, it's hard to say. Now, the last thing that I did not mention was the flyers. Why the last set of flyers that were released didn't have the reward on there. Now, the reward, Barry Morphew said that was for her safe return. Do they know that she's not going to be returned home safe? Or I just don't know the reasoning why they kept that off of there. But guys, there's a lot to talk about. If you know anything else, like I said, let me know and we will discuss it. I appreciate you guys. Sorry I got a little winded and this went on a little bit long, and there might be, I'm looking at the counter right now and it says 25:03. So yeah, there's probably going to be a couple parts. Sorry. Hope to see you guys soon. Bye.